Hello, I'm Coach Christian, and I help extremely stressed people to deal with their stress by observing it for themselves. Welcome to yet another video. Every single day, I publish a video that's designed to provide you with tools that you can use to deal with any stressful situation in your life right now. Alright, so without wasting much time, let's actually go into the question of the day. Here's the question. Coach Christian, what can I do to ensure that my boyfriend doesn't cheat on me? Coach Christian, what can I do to ensure that my boyfriend doesn't cheat on me? Simple answer, nothing. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. To ensure, right? Ensure means to be certain it will never happen. There's nothing you can do. Um, and here's the reason why. Look, our society is organized, right? In our society, it's encouraged, at least the parts I've been in. Certainly in the United States, in Africa for sure. I think in Christian countries, or countries with a Christian type foundation, it is it is praised. People praise the fact that you have to be monogamous, right? So a man has to be with one woman, a woman has to be with one man, monogamy. And so people are taught that it's good for a man to stay with one woman, right? To just be committed to one woman and no one else, right? So you see, why is this encouraged? You see, why do they have to teach you this? Why do they have to make it a virtue to be for a man to remain with one woman? The reason they make it a virtue is because it's not natural, right? It's like this is not how the man naturally is. For instance, I mean, I don't have to come to you and tell you that you have to use the toilet, right? It's unnecessary. Obviously, you're gonna use the toilet, right? I mean, what I mean is like I don't have to come to you and tell you that you have to eat. It's not necessary because you'll eat anyway. Whether I tell you to eat or not, you're gonna eat. It's your natural behavior to eat. In fact, but now I need an ideal. I need a virtue. I need to, if I wanted to make people not eat, now I need to turn it into a virtue, right? Something like fasting. Or when you fast, you get closer to God, blah, blah, blah. The reason I'm making it a virtue is because it's not natural. People don't behave that way, right? You only come up with a rule to stop people from behaving the way they naturally behave, isn't it? Like, right? So there's a rule about you have to be honest. You see, if human beings were naturally honest, there would be no need for the rule be honest. People just be honest. So you see now society has another rule. The rule is be faithful to your if you're a man, be faithful to your girlfriend or wife. If you're a woman, be faithful to your husband. The reason you're being taught faithfulness, the reason they've made that rule is because this is not your natural way of behaving. Men left to their own devices will have sex with as many women as possible. Right? As many beautiful women as possible. Let's make it even more clear. And women also. Left to their own devices with no rules to govern them, they're going to have sex with as many men as possible. Okay, this is just, let's face the facts, right? This is the reality. So now you're asking, how do I make my boyfriend committed to me and never cheat on me with anybody? Right? So, first of all, realizing that it's in the nature of men to have sex with as many women as possible. Men are naturally polygamous. They're not naturally polygamous. Human beings are naturally polygamous, not monogamous. Okay? So, when you try to get him, right? Think about any attempt to try to get him to be faithful. For instance, especially forceful attempts. There's a couple of forceful things you can do to try to keep your boyfriend faithful, right? For instance, one thing you can do is what threaten him, right? if I find that you're cheating again, cheating me with another woman, I'll do blah 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 blah. I will leave you, or I don't know, no sex, or I'll take half of what you own, whatever the threat is. Okay, so let me put it this way, maybe just to make it clearer. Here's another law of human nature. If you suppress something, it grows, isn't it? I mean, if you've ever been a teenager, what happened? When you were a teenager and your parents told you, don't do this, what happened? You wanted to do it even more. Your parents told you not to drink. What do you want to do? Drink all the time. Your parents told you, don't have sex before you're married. What did you do? Want to have sex before you're married, all right? So, anything, this is the nature of the human being. Anything that you suppress is going to grow, it's going to expand. If you try to make your boyfriend not cheat on you by taking specific measures, like, I don't know, monitoring his phone, uh, watching who he goes out with, trying to make sure he doesn't spend time with women, think about what you're doing. Your goal is for him to be faithful to you, right? And you're doing it by suppressing, stopping him, threatening him from being unfaithful. But you see, you're working against yourself. The more you try to get him to be faithful to you, the less likely he is to be faithful to you. So you can't do it that way, right? You can't do it that way. And so first, as I said before, you cannot guarantee that he's going to be faithful. It's not possible. One is he's polygamous, and even if you tried your absolute best to monitor everything he does, there'll still be occasions for him to cheat on you, to fuck other women, right? This is just the reality of things, right? So now, are there things you can do to make him less likely to cheat? Okay, now we're talking, right? Maybe there's things you can do, but clearly suppressing it is not going to be the solution, right? So trying to stop him from cheating, let's say being extremely jealous when he's with other women, that's not going to make him less likely to cheat. It's just you're now making you're putting pressure on him not to cheat, right? Which will make him want to cheat on you even more. He'll only maybe become more cunning, like just find more clever ways. You see, it's like you're not the only intelligent one. He's intelligent also, right? It's kind of like let me put it this way. It's kind of like there's this game between police and criminals, right? So as the police become more and more sophisticated, the criminal also becomes more and more sophisticated, right? So if the police come up with, I don't know what, if the police put cameras everywhere to monitor activity in the city to stop criminals, criminals are also human beings. They can think and look at where the cameras are and find the blind spots, right? The better the police becomes, the better the thieves become also. It's an evolution, right? So just as the better you become at finding out or trying to make sure he doesn't cheat, the better he becomes at cheating. This is a game that is it's just a natural thing. If you're monitoring his phone, you're not really going to stop him from cheating. Maybe he's going to cheat but not using his phone. Okay? So, or he's going to become better at lying to you about his whereabouts if you're really checking where he is all the time, right? So, this is not the way to go. To try to suppress him or to monitor everything he does. The first thing is it's very exhausting for you, and he can also think of ways to work against you. So this is not how you do it. So a much smarter way, if this is really the way you want to go, a much smarter way to use is as follows. Find out why he is cheating, right? Why? Or let's say what is likely to make him cheat. Find that out, right? So for instance, I mean, look, on a basic biological level, the man is driven by sex, right? The sexual urge is strong. He just wants to have sex with as many women as possible, and he wants to have great sex. Actually, here's what he's looking for, the guy. He's looking for great sex consistently, right? Great sex that's consistent with a beautiful woman. This is really what he's looking for, right? So if for instance he isn't getting enough sex from you, naturally he's gonna start to look outside. So one thing you can do, this is simple, is if that's his need, if that's what he's looking for, maybe you can satisfy the need for him. And there you will not guarantee that he won't cheat, but you've reduced the likelihood that he will, right? If you provide, if you meet all of the desires that he wants, he's less likely to cheat on you. But again, you cannot guarantee these things. This is part of what the risk you take on when you decide to get someone to do something that's not in their nature, right? And this is kind of the nature of a monogamous relationship. You're getting people to do something that's not natural to them, right? And so there's always a consequence, and the consequence is then their true nature will show up instead, the animal nature, right? So this discussion is really very connected. This, I mean, we used boyfriend girlfriend, but I mean, it points to something very important. A theme I'd like to touch on a little bit is that life is uncertain. There are no guarantees in life, okay? Will you wake up tomorrow morning? I don't know, right? It's not, you don't know if you'll wake up tomorrow morning. It's uncertain, right? You're starting a business. Will the business succeed? You don't know. You've just gotten you've just gotten married to someone. Will the marriage succeed? You don't know, okay? This is just a fact, right? No need to force and pretend things will work out. The best we can do is to accept the inherent uncertainty of life. You see, if I accept, right, if I accept and understand that, look, if I face the uncertainty of life, this doesn't limit me, it gives me options, right? For instance, let's maybe go back to that example. If I accept that my girlfriend could cheat on me, or if I accept that my marriage could break down, it could end, at first it looks like an evil thing. You should believe that it will work. But if you accept and understand that it may not work, this actually opens up possibilities, because now you know that it may not work. So what can I do to make it more likely to work? Now you start looking for ways to strengthen the marriage, make it happen. But if you become convinced that it will always work, right, that no, I love this woman so much, of course this relationship will last forever, for better and worse. What's it? For better or for worse, till death do us part. That kind of nonsense, right? If you believe something like that, right, and you, because you're afraid of the fact that it might not work out, this actually limits you, because you're not going to work as hard to make the relationship work, because you think you believe already it will work, isn't it? You're refusing to face the uncertainties. You're refusing to look at ways in which it won't work. And yet it's in your best interest to look at ways in which it won't work, so that you can fix those things. Okay? I know we've been taught to think positive and hope for the best. What I'm suggesting is something else. Why not be realistic? Just observe things as they are. The business might not work out. Let me look at why the business might not work out. Let me write down all those reasons and figure out, is there anything I can do to decrease the likelihood that the business doesn't work? This is the best. You can only do your best. What else can you do other than your best? But no, don't be delusional, right? Life is unpredictable. Life, it's unknown what will happen. You don't know anything about how this thing works. You just do your best. And certainly, hoping, believing, all of these things stop you from doing your best. Now, if you loved this video and you consider it to be very valuable, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, right? Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification, ding, 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 ding. This will notify you whenever I publish a new video, because like I said, I publish a video every single day, and that video is specifically designed to answer a question that you have and help you solve a problem that is stressing you out. Now, if you have a question or a comment, please add it in the comment section below. I want to know what you're thinking. Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree with it? Let me know what you're thinking by putting it in the comment section below. And you never know, I might actually make a forthcoming video about your comment or your question. All right, and look, if you're interested in this idea that I've been sharing about observing life as it is, dealing with the uncertainties, accepting that you don't know things, and you want to just look at life as it is, observe it as it is. If this topic interests you, then I have a tool for you. Just go to the link in the description below called the Observe Approach. Click on that, When you click on it, you'll get free and instant access to a simple but very powerful method that you can apply immediately to deal with any situation that's stressing you out, anything that's making you uncertain. It will be you'll get a tool that will help you to face realities instead of hoping things will get better, wishing they'll get better, believing that they'll get better, all of this nonsense, right? And finally, is this look, I make videos every single day. There might be I'll check. I don't know. I might. I think I do. I do actually have some videos that are related to this video. That is that if you enjoyed this video, very likely those videos will be useful to you. So I'll also add those in the description of this video, so you can click on those and continue to learn more about this entire topic of seeing things as they are, um, accepting, right? If only seeing things as they are, accepting reality, not trying to escape from uncertainty or forcing things to be a certain way. So I have a couple of videos on this, and I'll add them in the description below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video, man, and woman. Audience is both male and female. And hope to catch you on the next video. Bye.